Welcome to this explainer. Today, we are diving straight into the exact step-by-step roadmap for becoming a highly paid GenAI developer in India in 2026. If you've been wondering how to actually navigate the current tech landscape and come out on top, the data we're about to explore covers everything, from the ground floor skills you need right up to the specific salary numbers you should be targeting.
1 crore a year. Just let that sink in for a second. According to the DIA, that is the actual number senior GenAI developers are pulling in at top companies right now.
And you know what's genuinely amazing about this? We are not talking about Silicon Valley. We aren't talking about London. This is happening right here in India right now in 2026. You don't need 5 years of traditional software engineering grinding to get there. You don't need a fancy IIT degree. You don't even need to know how to build an AI model from scratch.
So let's start with Section 1. What actually is a GenAI developer? Okay, here is the absolute clearest way to think about it. A machine learning engineer, they're the ones doing the really heavy math, training the models from scratch. They're basically paving the road. But a GenAI developer, you're building the cars, the delivery trucks, the apps that actually run on that road. You're taking existing, incredibly powerful models like GPT-4 or Gemini and building products right on top of them. As a GenAI developer, you're building real-world stuff that millions of people use every single day. We're talking fraud detection integrated into banking apps. We're talking RAG systems that let employees instantly search massive private company databases, or even autonomous AI agents that can literally book your meetings and shoot off emails entirely on their own. That practical, everyday utility is exactly why demand is off the charts and salaries are skyrocketing. Moving on to Section 2, the 3% scarcity premium. Get this. Out of the 1.5 million engineering graduates in India, an incredibly tiny 3% actually have real practical GenAI skills. Just 3%. Meanwhile, every bank, hospital, logistics firm, and e-commerce platform out there is frantically scrambling to build AI teams practically overnight, and they simply cannot find the talent. This massive gap between supply and demand creates what we call a scarcity premium. You're basically getting paid extra just because what you can do is so rare. And analysts tracking this market are saying this premium is peaking right now in 2026. Sure, as more engineers catch up over the next few years, that gap is absolutely going to close. But right now, the window is wide open for those who act fast. All right, Section 3, the 5-layer developer roadmap. So how do you actually get into that top 3%? It's a 5-layer process. First, Python fundamentals. This is your foundation. It's like being a chef. Python is your absolute favorite knife. Next up, Layer 2, LLMs and prompt engineering, where you learn to get reliable outputs from AI at scale. Layer 3 is where you get genuinely dangerous with LangChain and RAG, hooking AI up to private data. Layer 4 is mastering agentic AI. And finally, Layer 5, cloud deployment and MLOps, taking those local projects and pushing them live on AWS or GCP. Which brings us to Section 4, and honestly, the most important one, agentic AI, your salary multiplier. If you haven't heard of agentic AI, it's basically a system that takes action entirely on its own. It browses the web, it writes code, it sends emails, and makes decisions without a human holding its hand step by step. Companies are desperately trying to hire developers who can build these independent agent workflows using tools like LangChain agents or Crore AI. And the crazy part? Most traditional developers don't even know this specific field exists yet. Because it's so incredibly new, building these specific agentic AI workflows is exactly where that massive 40 to 60% salary premium lives right now. If you want to absolutely maximize your paycheck, this is the layer you have to prioritize. No question about it. Let's talk numbers. Section 5, the real salary numbers for 2026. Look at how accessible this actually is. Even freshers, and yes, even non-IT grads, are pulling in up to 15 lakhs a year just by having a rock-solid GitHub with deployed projects. Mid-level devs making up to 40 lakhs, those are the folks prioritizing that agentic AI we were just talking about. Seniors and principals are the ones scaling up to that 1 crore mark, but definitely check out that bottom row too. A really skilled freelancer building RAG systems for global clients can actually make more than a full-time senior engineer. It's wild. This is that scarcity premium perfectly illustrated. If you add GenAI and specifically agentic AI skills to your resume, you are virtually guaranteed a 20 to 40% higher offer than a generalist software engineer with the exact same years of experience applying for the exact same company.
So, Section 6, let's make this happen. Your 90-day portfolio action plan.
Here is your exact execution strategy for the next 3 months. Month 1, nail down your Python fundamentals and build a basic LLM API bot. Just getting something working in that first month is huge. Month 2, step it up. Deploy a RAG pipeline that actually chats with a real company document. And month 3, this is where you prioritize building your ultimate differentiator, an autonomous AI agent that can break down tasks and use tools to actually execute them.
The absolute most crucial takeaway here is to build and fully deploy 3 solid portfolio pieces for your GitHub. You can't just passively watch tutorials. You literally have to deploy them. Because in a market moving this fast, your portfolio is your interview before the interview. It's how you prove you can build exactly what these companies are dying to hire for.
So let's wrap our heads around this massive opportunity. We've got only 3% of Indian engineers holding these skills, but a whopping 1 million AI roles that absolutely need filling by the end of 2026. GenAI specialists are grabbing 20 to 40% pay bumps, and it literally only takes 6 to 8 months of highly focused learning and portfolio building to land a job that traditional engineers simply cannot touch right now.
We are looking at one of the most accessible, highest-paying career shifts in the history of tech. The data makes it crystal clear where this whole industry is heading. So the only question left for you is this. Are you going to be in the 3% who acts right now to build this autonomous future? Or are you going to sit back with the 97% and just watch your traditional coding job get automated away? Thanks for tuning into this explainer. See you in the next one.